crap, guys.
Landon. Landon.
I don't know what to say right now. Man, great hunt this morning.
He's down. He's down. You son of a dick. Starting out in 2024, I really didn't have a direction for this season. I was kind of bouncing around. I didn't have any of my permission pieces. I didn't have a farm or anything like that. I had one spot that myself and my dad share, and we really didn't have a buck showing up that we wanted to chase. And so going into the 2024 season, my whole early season was pretty much focused on my South Dakota trip, headed out and chasing antelope. So I really didn't have a game plan for early season, and I just figured I was going to hunt the freshest sign that I could. Going into October, I really didn't have anything figured out. I had cameras everywhere and just couldn't find a target buck. I decided to look at some new pieces and ended up having a really cool encounter with a really awesome buck. And I spent most of my October trying to figure that deer out. Fast forward to October 24th, and I get permission on a piece not too far from home, and I throw some cameras out trying to figure out what's going on, and bam, I get a picture on one of the black gates, and it's a really nice 10-pointer, and I knew that was my target deer. Going into the rest of October, it being the 24th, I was just hunting scrapes, hot sign, trying to figure out these deer, bouncing around a couple of different areas, and just felt like I was a step behind the entire time. We're going into November now. Deer are moving, they're running all over the place, but I'm still getting bucks on camera, and I'm still getting my target buck. We go in November 11th, and we have an incredible morning hunt. It just breaks daylight. We've had some deer action as it was dark, and it rolls into about 9 o'clock, and the worst thing that you can do as a bow hunter happens. No. Oh, guys, that was my target buck. I have no clue where he came from. He came from literally the yard. Watching that arrow fly out of my bow and knowing I didn't hit my mark, it sucked. It was terrible. And then, we get on the blood trail, and at first it looked, initially, the blood looked pretty solid, and I was kind of optimistic. We ended up tracking that deer for about 1,000 yards, called the drone in, called the dog, tried everything, and just couldn't find it. I was absolutely devastated. And then to roll back in 5 days later, and I get pictures, and the chase is back on. Well, guys, we just got back up in the stand. This morning we had like 7 different bucks come through. It was raining and snowing so hard this morning that I could barely get the camera out. And at one point it got so cold I couldn't even get the camera to turn on. It drained my battery super bad.
and it just made for a tough sit this morning. I planned on sitting all day, but with the batteries dying, I unfortunately couldn't stay all day. So I got out of here at about 11:30, noon, somewhere in there, and it's about 2 o'clock, 2:15, somewhere in there. So we weren't out of here super long. But we just got back, set up, got all the batteries are good, and I'm gonna be here till dark, so hopefully one of these bucks comes cruising by. We saw the two big boys this morning. They were back behind me. They were running after that same doe, and then after them there were 5 little bucks that came through, and then probably 25-30 minutes after they all ran through, there was an 8-pointer that came through who was a really good buck, but he's missing his left side after his G3. He used to be a 9-pointer, then he broke off his G4, then he was an 8-pointer, then he broke off his whole main beam. So all he is a 3 on one side, 4 on the other, making him a 7-pointer now. He's still a really nice deer, but he came in and he was coming up that bottom, and where he was, this tree is so big that I couldn't get my camera around to video him, and he was at about 40-45 yards, and it was kind of a now or never time because it's so quiet that I didn't really know he was there until he was right there. It was kind of a now or never to where I could have hit record and just shot, but I really wanted to get it on footage, and with him being broken this year, if that's a buck that I don't end up killing, you know, I'm not going to be super upset about it. That being said, I'm not going to pass that deer. If he comes in and I get a really good shot and I can get good footage, I'm going to kill that deer. But we've got 2 really big 10-pointers in here, and we've got one that's a really nice tip. I mean, he's a 150-inch deer, and he's a 10-pointer. So we've got 3 bucks in here that are all going to be 155 plus. And I'd really like for one of those 3 to be one of the 3 that we take. So the smallest of the 10-pointers was in here last night, 20-ish minutes before dark. And then both of those big deer were in here last night, but it was after dark. With it being super cold today, hopefully those deer are gonna move sooner and they'll be in here during daylight. We'll be able to get a shot. So we'll see what happens, but I have high hopes for this sit.
having that caliber of a deer come in and not shooting it, definitely the hardest decision I've ever had to make as a bow hunter. You know, I told myself years ago that I would never pass a deer better than 140 inches, and odds are I just did it. You know, I'll never know what that deer scores because I passed him, but still, having that caliber of a deer in there and not shooting him, you know, my mind was kind of racing. Did I make the right decision? You know, did I just mess up? Should I have shot that deer? He came in perfect, exactly how I wanted to. 30 yards, he's broadside, he doesn't know I'm there. He's calm, and, you know, decide not to shoot him. And, you know, while that deer is walking in, I'm looking, and he's coming in, he's 100 yards out, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm shooting this deer for sure. And he gets to that 50-yard mark, and something in my head clicked, and it said, you know, you're not shooting him. This isn't the one. It isn't him. And I sat there, I twiddled my fingers on my bowstring, thinking to myself, how are you not shooting this deer? And I knew that if I shot that deer, there was going to be a little bit in the back of my head saying, you know, it just wasn't the one. So I elected to pass him. And, you know, now gun season's coming up. This deer's not a ghost, but, you know, when he's on camera, it's at night, and now I'm really starting to wonder, you know, did I mess up? Did I have my opportunity, and I blew it? So we go into the gun season, and it's the Monday of opener. I had to go into work in the morning and watch on my cameras all night. That buck was just in there 4 or 5 different times that night, and I knew he's going to be there in the morning. And sure enough, 8 a.m., that buck comes right in, perfect on camera, 25, 30 yards from my tree stand, and I'm at work. So now I'm devastated, and I'm thinking, well, hopefully he comes back this evening. So, you know, I go out that evening, I hunt, nothing. And I don't know what to think. You know, he daylighted, but now he's gone. I haven't seen him. We're going to Tuesday. That morning, nothing. I don't even see a deer. I go into that evening, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, that deer's been gone. He's shown up one time. It just wasn't the right wind. I didn't like it, and I just elected to stay at home, and I ended up taking a doe that night, and it was kind of cool. I fulfilled a childhood dream of mine of killing a deer on my own property and getting to use a landowner tag, and that's something that I will cherish for a long time. She smelled. Just, you know, being able to kill a deer on my own property. You know, and now I'm sitting out there, I shoot my doe, it's early, and of course, that buck shows back up in daylight at my stand. And I told myself, okay, he's back. If he's there all night, he's gonna be there in the morning. That's his pattern. He loves to come in at night, right at daylight, right at dusk. He's gonna show up. I have to be there early. And of course, I did the exact opposite of that. I wake up, I sleep through both of my alarms, and I get up late. And of course, I'm kicking myself. I'm mad. I know I'm running late. And, you know, I'm telling myself, you idiot, you needed to be in the stand. That buck's coming. And I couldn't believe that I woke up late. Starting out the morning already bad. I woke up too late. I needed to be up 40 minutes ago, an hour ago. Slept through both my alarms. I'm gonna get there right at daylight. That's not at all how I wanted this morning to go. My target buck showed up last night during the daytime. He was there a ton last night. Hopefully I can beat him in there. I'm gonna get there like right at shooting time. I gotta quit talking. I gotta go. Holy crap, guys. Holy crap. I think I just shot my target. I think I just shot my target. Are you kidding me? Well, as you guys saw this morning,
I got in here late like an idiot. Woke up late, I was sneaking in, and as I'm sneaking in here, my target buck is on the opposite ridge from me. Obviously you guys saw a shot. I am not sure. I went crashing down there like a dummy. I should have waited. I should have listened, and I didn't. The shot felt good, but I went down there and I looked, and I can't find blood. You guys saw it. I mean, this season has been an absolute roller coaster. But I shot from the top here of this ridge behind me, and he was down way back here, or behind the camera, and he was down way back behind me. The shot felt good, but I found no blood. After looking at the camera, I might have been looking in the wrong place. I don't know. I haven't even walked in there. It's like 8:20 right now. I shot that deer at like 7:10, 7:15, somewhere in there, right at first light. I stayed up late like a dummy, woke up late this morning, hustled getting out here. I'm walking in, and I literally see him walking down the ridge. So it was a quick, hurry up, set the camera down. Luckily I had it on the tripod, but I just set the camera down, I hit record, and I see like that buck's like walking down that ridge. He's like 75 yards away. I pulled up on him free-handed. I felt good. I can't tell if he reacts like he got hit or not. I'm gonna try to go look now that it's more daylight. I just kind of gave him a while because I'm like, well, I'm not sure on the shot if it's back. I want to make sure that he's expired. The feeling that I'm feeling right now, guys. I mean, I'm not sick to my stomach yet, but I am so just, I don't know. My emotions are everywhere right now. I did a terrible job at like showing everything this morning. I literally bombed down in there, started looking for blood, didn't find any, and immediately just got like sick to my stomach and was like, I walked straight back to the car. I didn't update the camera. I honestly didn't do anything. I literally just sat in the car and was like, did I just mess this up again? And that is, yeah, I don't know. I hope that I did not mess this up again. I really hope. So he's my number one target deer. He's like probably 155, 160 inch 10-pointer. He's a deer that I've chased all season. Shot, hit him. I really hope that he's dead. So we're gonna bomb back in here with my gun. I'm gonna bring you guys along. Hopefully, I think I was looking in the wrong spot for initial blood. I think it's a little bit farther than what I thought, so hopefully I can find initial blood, guys. I just got over to the ridge he was walking on. I don't see any blood or hair. I'm gonna be sick to my stomach if I miss this deer. I got hair, guys. I got hair. We hit him. We hit him, but I don't know how good. There's blood right here. Okay. I watched the footage. I know that he ran down this draw. Okay. We gotta find him. I don't know how the shot was. It felt great. Okay, there's pretty good blood here. Quite a bit of blood, actually. And I know that he ran down this way, but in the last video I see him hook right, and I know that he's up on this ridge, and there's a really good trail, really good scrape on this ridge system. It's like little finger ridge. It's pretty small. I'm just gonna walk out this ridge. There's a bunch of deadfall. I'm just gonna walk out this ridge to where they cross this creek to go up this other ridge. Oh, guys, we hit him. All right. I walked out this ridge. I've gone like another I don't know, I probably walked another 40 yards from where initial impact was down this ridge. But I can't seem to pick up the blood. I got like a little speck of blood here, but it's just a speck. Sorry, I'm doing a terrible job at filming this, guys. I'm stressing. Okay, there's some blood up there, actually. Oh, there's a lot of blood. There's a ton of blood. Oh my God, guys. He's dead. He's dead right here. I couldn't see him because of the logs. Oh my gosh. Look right there, boys. Oh, look right there. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold this camera still. He's dead right there. Oh, yes. Oh, he's dead. I'm at a loss for words. Guys, I was just so nervous. Oh my gosh. I seen where he crossed these couple logs and I was just kind of down a little bit so I couldn't see him because of these logs, but he went 60 yards maybe. I mean, there's a bunch of blood right here. I don't know how I missed that. Oh yeah, he's opening up now. Good. He's right here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I literally can't believe this. No way. That is my #1 target deer. I have battled all year 36, 37 sits. I don't know how many sits, almost 40 sits for this deer. And he is dead. Oh, you guys don't understand. Yes. Yes! Yes! We did it. Oh. I gotta call my wife. I gotta call my dad. I gotta call Grant and Landon. Guys, 36, 37 sits. I shot this deer in November like 14th with my bow. And I misjudged the yardage. I don't know where I hit him. I'll have to look. I thought this deer was gone. He showed back up after 5 days. And he just came back this morning. Guys, this wind is ripping. He got me walking in this morning. I was in way too late. It was a stupid mistake. I know better. But we were getting in. He was running the ridge. And I seen him. I pulled my gun up and he was just slowly walking. He just paused for a second. As soon as he paused, I hammered it off like you guys saw. I thought I missed. I'm kind of speechless, guys, because I went from thinking that I just missed this deer and my target buck is dead right in front of me. Oh, I gotta call people. He's dead. I just got off the phone with my wife, my dad, and Grant and Landon. Gave everybody the update. I'm at a loss for words, guys. I really am. This is something that I have been working towards all season, and we did it. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Shout out to my father-in-law for the help. Well, guys, here he is, my 2024 Ohio whitetail. Guys, it really didn't matter about score on this deer, size, anything like that. It was just that it was this deer. This was my #1 target buck going into the year, and I mean, I have chased this deer. I counted it up. This was sit 35 or 36 on the season, and I've just beat the heck out of myself and grinded for this buck.
I did a terrible job at filming the day. I got in late, and you guys saw the video. I didn't have an intro. I didn't have anything. I was just running to get out into the woods. And I got in late, and as I'm walking in, me and him kind of seen each other at the same time, and I just set the camera down, hit record, and I let it get what it could get. And he worked down the ridge a little bit, and he took about 5 more steps from where I hit the record button, and I was able to shoot him. And initially, I thought I missed. I mean, you saw me like an idiot just crashing through the woods with the camera, you know, freaking out. I shot my target buck, And then when I got down, I couldn't find any hair, I couldn't find any blood. And I thought for sure that I missed. I mean, I literally cut the camera and I went back up inside or not inside, but I got in my car and I just sat there I didn't even know what to say to myself. I sat there for an hour before I even reviewed the footage. And once I reviewed the footage and kind of collected my thoughts and everything, I thought, you know, I don't think I looked in the exact spot. I think I was off a little bit. And so I went back down there, and then immediately I found hair and I found blood once it was a little bit lighter, and started the track job. And he only went about 60 yards, and you guys got to see some of the track job. I took the camera along, and oh, it's just been an absolute grind. I mean, all I wanted this year was this deer, and for it to come together, I'm kind of at a loss for words. It really hasn't even set in yet. I found the deer, and I videoed finding him, and then I just turned the camera off and I sat there for probably 35 minutes, just speechless, kind of in awe that, you know, this was the one deer that I wanted to shoot, and we made it happen. I really wanted to get it done with my bow, but I will never not shoot one with a gun, and it's gun season, so I was gonna let it eat, and happened to be, you know, right place, right time. What's kind of crazy is if I wouldn't have been running late and I would have been set up, my wind would have blown straight up the ridge right at this guy, and he would have smelled me before he came over that ridge, and I would have probably never seen this deer this morning had I not been running late. So sometimes better to be lucky than good, and today I was lucky, and I'm honestly speechless.